Hi, Traci Bogan here, author, world traveler, and dreampreneur. I was doing a speaking job this morning, and after a fella approached me and explained that he had never set a goal before and he didn't know what to do. He asked me if I had any tips or any advice for him that he could take home and immediately implement. So what I shared with him, I'll share with you and put you to the same challenge. I had advised him to go into a quiet space and ask himself what he wanted, to get in touch with what he wanted and why he wanted it. So I ask the same of you. What do you want? What do you really, 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 really want? And I'm not talking about having 10 new customers at the end of the month, or remodeling your kitchen, or planning a trip, or moving someplace. I'm asking you to really go in and dig deep and find out what moves you. What's your passion? What would you do for free if time, money, and effort were not an object to you? What is that one thing, that burning desire you have, the thing you've always wanted to do, the thing that terrifies you? That's where I want you to go. That's what I want you to get in touch with. Dig deep and go big. And when you have that written down, ask yourself why you want it. Why do you want that? And it's like peeling back the layers of an onion. Go 10 layers deep with asking yourself why on top of your why on top of your why. In my journey around the world and talking with thousands and thousands of people from all walks of life and all corners of the earth, the one common denominator that I have found why people don't have what it is that they want in their life is because they don't have a they don't have a chief aim or a burning desire for its achievement, and they don't know why they want it. If you do just those two things, you are on your way. Now, I don't know how many of you know my story, but I was already living my dream life, living in Hawaii, working for a world-renowned plastic surgeon as a scrub nurse, doing all the movie stars and celebrities, and having the time of my life, living a very fruitful and very large life. I made the decision to leave Hawaii, and on the 76th hour, my dream was to go around the world, and I circled every place I ever wanted to go, and it landed me at a spiritual retreat in India. The guru asked me the same questions that I had just asked of you. If time, money, and failure were not an object, what do you want? What do you really want, and why do you want it? And I had decided that I wanted to be an author, a speaker, a dreampreneur, and that I wanted massive influence, impact, and income. And my why was so I could empower millions of people to achieve their goals, fulfill their dreams, and live a life of purpose so they could have, do, and be more than what they believed was possible. And I got home, and I started getting lost in I knew what I wanted, but I started getting lost in the how I was going to make it happen, because how could I be an author? I didn't know how to write. I never even passed an English class until I went to college. Never had a writing class, didn't know any authors, didn't know what to do, and I was getting really stuck on the how it was going to happen. So the gift that I can give to you is to write down your why and keep it posted or laminate it in your shower, in your cabinets, next to your bed, in your car, like all mine are. I read them every day, 10 times a day. Everybody who knows me thinks I'm obsessed. And when you focus on that why, just keep your eye on the why. The how will show up, I promise you. You see, when I started, I was an author. I was an author. I was an author of a book that didn't exist. My father cut out this piece of pine board for me and painted it white, and he glued on the cover that I had designed. And I looked at this. It was on the dresser across from my bed every night before I went to bed. I told myself I was an author, and I read my purpose statement, my I am statements, and my mission statement. And every morning when I woke up, I saw this, and I read those same statements, and I carried them with me in my car, in the shower, next to my nightstand, and I read them 10 times a day. And I knew I was an author long before this was ever a book. And I told everybody I am an author before one single word of this book was written. And just a year later, this became this. 364 pages. My favorite book that I've written out of the 4 I've written. This book means everything to me because it was my first proof that the why worked. My brain did not know the difference between what was fake and what was real, because this was who I am. It became who I am. And it took, I got 88 rejections before I could get this book published. And I drove to New York City and bought some cardboard and made a sign, and I stood in the middle of Times Square with this big cardboard sign that says, "Somebody please help me publish my book." That's how crazy and obsessed I was that I was an author of a book. Now I'm the author of 4, and I'm going to start my 5th. The point is, you can do this too. Know what it is that you want, know why you want it, and I promise you the how will show up. Get started, take the first steps. There's no better day than today.